Many people make big mistake when they prune their tomato plants, and because of this, they face big loss. Not just in plant growth, but also in fruit production. Most of the time, they do not know how to prune properly, or which tomato type needs more pruning and which one needs very little. Some people cut too much, and some do not cut at all, and both mistakes can spoil the plant. If pruning is not done correctly, the plant will waste energy, become weak, and not give good harvest. In this video, we will tell you the right way to prune tomato plants, so they give maximum growth and fruit. But before we start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tomato plants are of two types, determinate and indeterminate. Both types grow in different ways, so they need different pruning methods. If the wrong method is used, the plant will not grow properly. Determinate tomatoes grow only to a fixed height. They produce all the tomatoes in one short time and then stop growing. They are short and bushy, so if too many branches are cut, the plant will give fewer tomatoes. Indeterminate tomatoes keep growing continuously and produce fruit throughout the season. They grow tall like a vine and need proper pruning to stay strong and give good yield. If not pruned, they will become too big and waste their energy in making unnecessary leaves instead of fruits. For indeterminate tomatoes, first, remove the lower leaves. These leaves are near the soil and can catch disease easily. If they touch the soil, they will take bacteria and fungus from the dirt, and the whole plant can get sick. Removing these leaves helps air move freely and keeps the plant safe from disease. If these leaves are not removed, they can rot, and the infection can spread to other parts of the plant. After removing lower leaves, check for suckers. Suckers are small extra shoots that grow in between the main stem and branches. If you leave these suckers, they will grow into full branches and make the plant very crowded. When the plant becomes too bushy, sunlight does not reach properly, air does not move, and the plant uses too much energy to grow unnecessary branches instead of focusing on making tomatoes. So, remove these suckers to make sure the plant grows properly, but do not remove everything. Keep 2 to 3 strong main branches and remove all extra ones. This will help the plant grow upwards, take good sunlight, and produce healthy fruits. For determinate tomatoes, pruning is very simple. Because these plants have a fixed size, heavy pruning is not needed. Only the lower leaves should be removed, same as in indeterminate tomatoes. This helps in protecting the plant from disease. But here, don't remove suckers or branches. If you remove suckers, the plant will lose its flowers, and fewer flowers mean fewer tomatoes. Since determinate plants stop growing after producing fruit, removing suckers will directly reduce the harvest. All branches and suckers must be kept because they will help in producing more tomatoes before the plant stops growing. Many gardeners make mistake by pruning determinate tomatoes like indeterminate ones, removing suckers and cutting extra branches, which leads to poor yield. Others leave indeterminate tomatoes without any pruning, making them messy and difficult to manage. Because of this, plants become weak and fruits do not develop properly. If pruning is done the right way, the plant will stay healthy, produce more tomatoes, and be easier to maintain. We are going to show you a very simple and clever way to turn those suckers into new tomato plants. Yes, instead of throwing them away, you can use those same suckers to multiply your tomato plants in very little time. It doesn't require any seeds, any special chemical, or much effort. Just a little care, a small jar, some water, and a shady place. When you are pruning your tomato plants, don't waste those suckers. Pick the healthy ones, especially from your favorite tomato plants that are giving nice, big, and tasty fruits. Those suckers will grow into exact copies of the mother plant, so you'll get the same quality again. Try to take suckers that are around 4 to 6 inches in length. These are strong enough to survive and grow quickly. Once you collect a bunch of suckers, take a clean glass jar or bottle and fill it with water. Place the suckers in the jar in such a way that the lower part is fully dipped in water. Keep this jar in a full shade area, somewhere that doesn't get direct sunlight, but still has fresh air. If you keep the jar in a hot and sunny spot, the water can heat up and spoil the process. Just leave the jar quietly for about 10 to 15 days. That's all you need to do. Slowly, you'll see magic happening. Roots will start to appear from the bottom part of the suckers. We didn't add any rooting powder or special liquid, just plain water. When the roots are visible and have grown at least 1 or 2 inches, that is the time to plant them in soil. Now take these rooted suckers to your garden or growing space. Choose a sunny spot because tomato plants love sunshine. Dig a small hole in the soil, just enough to fit the roots and the lower part of the sucker. Add 1 handful of compost or worm castings into the hole. This will give the plant a healthy push in the beginning. Then, place the sucker gently inside the hole, cover with soil, and press lightly to fix it in place. After planting, don't forget to give a good amount of water. Proper watering is important in the first stage. Don't worry if some leaves bend or look weak for a few days. The plant is adjusting to its new home. Within a few days, it will become strong and start growing just like any other tomato plant. This method is perfect for those who want more tomato plants without spending money or buying seeds again and again.